Mike says here. There you go. That's a simple one. You know, they don't all have to be fancy.
No, they don't. They just have to be things that save us from tying.
Exactly.
And this will do it. Unless
That'll
she's
do.
both there and not there at the same time.
Well, by here and not, we mean literally having the match. Specifically, Britt Baker has her match against Chris Statlander. Might be a match against 7 other people, but Britt Baker and Chris Statlander have an official match. You're saying no, I'm saying yes.
You know, I think this show did something good because I wasn't really looking forward to watching this until we did the predictions. And now it sounds like it's going to be a good show.
It just goes back to what we've said about WWE also. If they just let us sell their shit, man, we can get it over. Way better than they can.
Yeah.
Double or Nothing, we can get it over, at least to us. At least now you and I are more interested in watching it. Might have turned a few other people off, I don't know, but by gum. Now I do. Now there's more matches that I am interested in actually checking out. I'm not going to lie. Spears and Rhodes and MJF Jungle Boy, they're probably going to be fast forwards for me. I don't know. We'll see if something fantastic happens. Other than that, the last half of the card, I'm definitely interested in watching all the matches, I think.
Yeah. I think from the Stadium Stampede on, it should be pretty high, intense action. I'm really hoping they get the Stadium Stampede right. I don't think they'd fuck it up.
Anything can happen. We'll wait and see, but I'm hoping it's at least decent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's another good.
Have you seen any of the Bubbly Bunch segments that the Inner Circle's been putting out?
I have not.
Oh man, they put them out on Being the Elite, but they also have at least the first one singled out on the AEW YouTube page. You should check it out. It was from the beginning of it started at the beginning of the pandemic. They were all at their houses, Skyping or whatever, video chatting on their phones, and it's just
Zoom.
It's so much fun.
I'm sure it was Zoom.
It's hilarious.
That's cute.
Yeah. I would love to see, like, through the end of this, like, a double turn where the Elite becomes the bad guys and the Inner Circle becomes the good guys, because the Inner Circle has a lot of great characters, too.
Oh, for sure. You know, I really, honestly, I hope the Elite sticks together. I hope the Inner Circle breaks up, because they're all really great, and I think these people are getting the rub from Chris Jericho, and they really need it.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know. I was on an AEW Facebook page for some reason, because I support them. And somebody was talking about, like, what are your thoughts on Ortiz and Santana and stuff? And they're like, I don't know anything about them. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, go back and watch their Impact stuff. I was like, and they're like, oh, they were in Impact? And he was like, were they called Pride and Powerful? And I'm like, no, man, they were the new LAX and shit. And he's like, oh, I liked the original. So maybe I got somebody to watch some of that stuff. And I think even now, I think there's people that don't really know. Sammy Guevara, nobody knew him. Nobody.
Yeah, right.
I mean, and Santino Ortiz, Jake Hager, you know, he's there. But I like that they're with Jericho and that they're getting the rub from Jericho, and I hope that they can break off and become bigger once they do.
Yeah. I don't like Santana and Ortiz as much in AEW as I did in Impact. I'm saying that right now, but they haven't been utilized like that.
Yeah, maybe breaking away from Jericho would be just the push they need. They're also in a super tag heavy environment where, you know, when they were in Impact, and Impact has been known to be amazing at pushing tag teams, but at the time they were there was like 3.
Yeah, they were the ones who brought the tag scene back for that company.
Exactly. So it's like maybe it's a big fish in a small pond sort of deal now that they're here with all these others.
It's mostly because Santana and Ortiz don't have a lot of tag team matches in AEW. It's all group segments.
Yeah, they don't get to show it off.
Yeah.
So that could be good. It could be good for them to break out and do the damn thing. I don't know.
Hell yeah. They got to take back Chris Jericho's Boricua bandana when they leave.
Oh, he's got a Boricua bandana?
Yeah. What was
that? He's repping Puerto Rico or what?
Yes, he is. He's
fucking why? He's Canadian. That's like as far un-Puerto Rico as you can get.
As long as it's not the United States. It's all in the same boat.
That's fucking great. That Jericho, he'll do things.
Yeah.
He does things, buddy.
Mm.
Hey, while we're talking about Jericho and we got time, and we just say shit because we do it. Jericho had a really good podcast on Stephen King books. If you're a fan of Stephen King, him and another guy, I don't know who he is or what he does, but he also knows Stephen King really well. They just break down their favorite top 10 Stephen King books they do. And as a Stephen King fan and a Chris Jericho fan, I loved it. I marked out.
The Stand better have been number one.
I can say that The Stand was on both of their lists, both of their top 10s, at least one of their top 10s. I think it was on both of their top 10s. If it wasn't on both their top 10s, it was on one of their honorable mentions in one of their top 10. There you go.
Yeah, I had the regular edition of The Stand, the one where they edited out all the stuff, and then I got Stephen King's
the unabridged
edition.
Yeah.
And then I stopped reading it because it's too much.
The unabridged is huge. Good read, but huge.
Yeah. Oh. Should we do that one of these weeks when we don't get a pay-per-view? Do our top 10 Stephen King books?
Hey, you know what? Not that I need to push anybody to the channel because I don't have time to do it anymore, but Fat Mac has a fantastic fable on his favorite Stephen King books.
Yeah. I mean, anything can happen. We just got a like on Buttered Pop Culture this week. I wanted to message him and be like, you probably want to take that back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just don't have time. Not enough time for everything.
We were just way too ambitious for a minute.
Yeah, we were. And you know what? If we were like some of these other people out here and didn't have to have 9-to-5 jobs and didn't have families that they had to take care of and had money was no object to buy equipment, we could easily handle 3 podcasts. But that's just not the way life works when you live in a real life. I'm sorry.
It's okay, because we found one that stuck. Whether you
like
it or not, Beef Sticks is here forever. Or at least until next year.
For sure. Double or nothing.
Oh, man. I hope it's not a bust. I hope it's a good show. This has been a good show.
This has been a better show than I expected it to be, so I'm hoping that rubs over to tomorrow.
Yeah. We warmed it up for you guys. Don't let us down now.
For sure.
Woo! I suppose we will see you next week with the results. Let us know what you think in the comments and what your predictions are. Get in on the game. We are always open to interjecting anybody's opinions.
For sure. Let us know what you think on facebook.com/beefstickspodcast and tell us why we're wrong. Who needs to be there? What's going to be the TBA? All the shit.
All of it. And with that, I guess we will see you next week. I don't know. I don't think I have anything stupid to say at the end of this one. You want to take that this week?
I think you just said something very stupid.
All right. Bye.